Hi there, my name is Graham. In Second Life, I'm known as Hrdtop75 Deluxe. I volunteer at the Virtual Railway Consortium. The Virtual Railway Consortium consists of members and groups that enjoy the railways around Second Life. They provide free open source scripts and builds for the residents to enjoy. In this series, I'm going to make a mesh locomotive from scratch using free software found on the net and open source scripts from the Virtual Railway Consortium. The reason why I'm making this series is to show you how it can be easy to make something from scratch and prevent DMCA takedowns. DMCA being Digital Millennium Copyright. But most importantly, help out newcomers to the railroads in Second Life. Join me live once a week, Mondays 5 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time, or Sunday 2400 SLT. The video will also be available for viewing later as well. But for now, let's get on with the build. Okay. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Everything sounds pretty good there. Yep. Put that down. Everything's going good. Okay. Welcome back to another episode. We're on episode 8 now. Episode 8, and we're actually into the texturing of the model. We're trying to smooth everything out, make it look as if it's part of one unit. We've obviously got multiple sides that we've got to work with. Everything's going really smoothly so far, so everything's good. In the beginning of every episode, you see down the bottom of the screen, down the bottom, I've usually got something about Digital Millennium Copyright. This is, you might not think that it's a major problem, but it actually is. A lot of people in the streaming community have just realised that recently over on Twitch, where they've pretty much lost close on 5 years of actual content. It's just all gone down the drain. They've been sitting in front of a camera for absolutely no reason. They've got nothing to show for it. Obviously they've had tips and things like that coming through, but that can also, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act can also affect content creators within virtual worlds as well. So I'm not only talking about taking someone else's music and putting it behind your own video, I'm also talking about 3D models that can be stolen as well. There was a recent event in Second Life. I believe that's been ongoing now. Sorry, it's only just been solved, but it's been ongoing for about, I think it was close on 10 months now. One of the ladies in Second Life has actually made a 3D mesh head, and she's actually got there, and she actually had a copyright strike on her. Somebody claimed that it was actually her, that it was their work. Turns out now that she has proved that it was her work all from the beginning, the actual builder of this mesh head, and she won the battle. There's been a lot of money spent to get to that situation, so at the end of the day, I'm also going to show you how to not so much prove that you've, that's up to yourself if you want to do that. I'm making sure that you can make something from scratch yourself so that you can prove it. Obviously, you might want to take some screenshots or something like that to prove that you're halfway through the build or a quarter of the way through the build, and then the person that is claiming the copyright against you, realistically, they've got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Obviously, the case that I was just talking about, they didn't take photos or anything like that, and all they had to go on was the shape of the corner of the eye, the corner of the eye, the inside corner of the eye, the earlobes, and it was an ongoing battle. It's something I don't want to go through, and obviously I've got videos of me building it, so obviously not going to happen for me, but it's something that I believe this builder in Second Life was going through a lot of problems, and it pretty much broke them. But at the end of the day, they did come through on top, and they're super happy, and her clients in World are very happy as well. So, happy days. But keep in mind, music in the background of videos, if you're going to make a video, no go. I've got my media turned down right now. Yeah, right down. Because I've actually got media on a prem outside. Sometimes I might sit here in Second Life, which I've just made my first mistake. So here in Second Life, I've got my media turned down, as you can see at the top there. I'm just going to quickly go through here, go to my NDI tools, turn on my mouse pointer so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so yeah, I got the media turned down, so therefore I can't have any music coming through at all. Obviously I'm not going to pan out and around the corner because you'll see the music there, but sometimes I'll come into Second Life and I'll turn that media on and I'll just sit in Blender and build away, and that'll be going all day long. But obviously I don't want to record that, so because I'll get a copyright strike on what I'm doing right now. And technically these days you don't need a person to actually copyright strike what you're doing. A computer can actually go through now and do that for you. They'll actually copyright strike you. So life is very tough for content creators at the moment, so cover your backside and everything's going to be fine. In this case, we're going real good. At the moment, we're going over to, what are we up to now? We're up to texturing the model. So let's go back and do a recap of everything that we've done. I just thought I'd bring this Millennium Copyright Act to attention because it is a big problem. A lot of people, as I was saying, Twitch is a live streaming platform and they have got pretty much next to no idea about music copyright. I remember I did a music video in Second Life probably close on 10 years ago and I got a copyright strike straight up. I had to delete the whole video. But we've still got people on some platforms that think it's okay because they're a live streamer. So it's not okay. You have to actually go out and purchase the agreement, and even then, if you do purchase the agreement, you cannot be guaranteed that you're going to get a copyright strike. So, even if you're if you've downloaded a model from, let's say, CGI Trader or something like that, and you've bought that into Second Life and started selling it and actually made some good money off it, the content creator within CGI could actually take you to court. And there's some major problems around that. That's why when Mesh was first bought into Second Life, there was something that we all had to agree to. That was to cover Second Life's backside so that they wouldn't get sued by the multiple different creators out there in the world. So they've basically said that you are the ownership of anything that's uploaded onto their servers. So that's a lot of details and a lot of goods and a lot of bads, but that's where we're at. But for now, let's do a recap of where we're up to. Episodes 1, there's a few episodes actually, where we're actually planning the model. Let's go. So originally we went through, planned it all out. We're doing the upper green part at the moment. We're texturing the upper green part at the moment as well. We planned it out and found out that there are multiple different versions of this model. So we actually went along and decided to split it all up into parts where we could make multiple different versions of the model without having to rebuild everything from scratch. So that's where we're up to in the first episode. Obviously we planned it all out. Well, we're going to do up here, we're going to do boolean cuts. It is possible to do it in most builds. However, I was having problems with it, so I just decided to do something else, which should actually have less land impact, which is right here in the fan area. We planned out the doors as well. I've actually got a script, a car door script that'll open up and close, so that it doesn't matter what rotation of the build, it'll always go back to its open or closed position. We've obviously done a lot of the seam work as well. A little bit of an explanation there as to, it's not a very good explanation, but what we did for seam work, where we unwrapped it and made it look like as if it was flat on a piece of paper. I was talking about faces, obviously. When we upload a model into Second Life, it will not stay square faces. It'll actually get triangulated on the way through. So if it's already a triangle, it won't get triangulated. That there is, obviously I've drawn that up while I was making the UV map, and that is pretty much an easy way to do things. It just makes life easier. You can go back and have a look at it later, and obviously I'll be probably going back and looking at it again today just to refresh my memory. Where are we off to now? Let's go and have a look at our Blender build. So that's where we're up to at the moment. We're just lining things up. It's not 100% where I want everything lined up, but at least we've got something to go with at the moment. So I'm happy with the layout, but I'm not happy with the colours over the roof to the side. As you can see here, as I zoom in, you can see some issues there. A big difference in colour from there to there. That's something that I'm obviously going to have to look at. I'm also looking at removing the rails. You can see that there's rails here through the yellow, rails here through the top. I'll be removing the rail off the side here as well, and behind the door. We're going to add some of these vents on the side today as well and clean up around them images, or around them blocks. Trying to find textures today of the front and rear of this locomotive has been an absolute challenge, and we might actually have to make it by hand. That's going to be right proper drama. And I'm getting messages in world. Yeah, I know. I'll get in trouble for that. You watch. Okay, so that's where we're up to. We've basically done the easy layout, the easy lineups. It's only going to get harder from here. It really is, especially when it comes to when we want to line up these lines here to these lines here. They don't exactly meet in the middle. From memory, I might be wrong about that, but I might be wrong. But that's where we're up to. Obviously there's things that I've spoken about many times before, like the top of the roof here. That fan that's in there at the moment, I'm actually going to do something in world to make that look a little bit better. But for now, it's not a major priority. For the cab, I still haven't looked into images yet. For the cab, I do know what it looks like. And if you go over to my little... Actually, let's go in world. We'll go Control M. Go 0, so I'm not flying through the air or falling through the air. Okay, we're in ground level now, and in tulip tree. So there's a little Facebook group just down here. You'll see this over here on the wall. I've actually put a video up. When you touch that sign, it'll go straight to the little company's Facebook page. So, oop, bit of lag there. Ooh. Actually, another thing that's going on at the moment is cloud mergers. I've noticed a few little small bits and pieces of cloud mergers, and it has affected the scripting that I use, but at the moment I think we might get away with it. So yeah, go to that Facebook page and you'll actually see a video up on the inside cab. It's a proper walkthrough. I obviously don't want to show that video here where we are right now because I could get a copyright strike just for showing somebody else's video. It is their intellectual property, so I guess we've just got to respect that, obviously. Now, when it comes to the image, this is where we're up to. It's going half decent at the moment. There's a lot of things here we've just basically lined up. We're going to delete a lot of things from the image, and that's going to be the most painful part. When I do get the locomotive built, and if you do want to have a look at it, it will be available for viewing if you go to Tulip Tree, and just in the pit there's a teleport pad. Sit on the teleport pad. Obviously have to move yourself around a little bit and just walk through the wall, and this is where it's going to be. Nice and simple. So for now, I'm just going to take a quick break, and we're going to get back into texturing. Okay, sorry about that. Been here for a long time today in the chair, so had to get up and do some business. Now we are heading into the texturing part of things. It's been an absolute mission to actually find good textures, things that line up. There's a lot of bad textures out there. Obviously a lot of the pictures that I have been using, they're not going to look anything like the real thing when I'm finished with them. They're going to be smoothed out. They're going to be a lot of the creases in the metal work, they're all going to be ironed out, the whole lot. What do we got to do? We got to go in now and try and line a front and rear image up, which is going to be painful. It's going to be super painful. But also, it would be a lot easier if we didn't have this whole COVID problem where I could obviously just take a drone down to the museum and take a really nice side picture with a drone and then go in and get a good rear and a good front picture. Obviously not going to happen. We are coming close to that stage here in Australia at the moment, but yeah, not quick enough, obviously. Let's get into the more texturing. Well, that's not in texturing, is it? We're going to go into Gimp. There we go. So, that's where we're at the moment. I've actually gone through and found some pictures. They look half decent, but at the same time, what do we got here? Get rid of that one. Start that one. That's probably the best one out of the lot. It's so compressed that I'm not super happy with it. There's also problems with a lot of these locomotives. You'll probably see if I zoom in. You see that badge there? That's the railway state emblem. And some of these locomotives have it, some of them don't. So it's up to you how you want to texture, obviously. Go back out to 100. I think we're actually, because we're in a smaller view, I think we're down to 50 at the moment. Yeah, that's it. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and lighten this image up here and remove them front rails. That's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously that image, when I zoom back into 100, you'll notice that it's not square. Totally not square. You can see where the bottom layer, the bottom part of the image, it doesn't actually line up. So that's another thing we've got to do. Square it up, get everything nice and even. You probably see here, that's probably not square across there either. Actually, that's squarer than there. So we've got a perspective issue as well. Problems. Well, for starters, I think we need to find out jeez, I'm in the too hard basket right now. God, what have I done? 50%. I need to find out where our fronts and rears are. So I've just taken the background color and click the eye to remove it, as so. I'm going to go over to my drawing pad, find out which was the front and which was the rear. Okay, so you got driver's side, and then front, and then cab side, and then rear. No. What the? Okay, now I can see what's going on. So we're looking for the front and rear is... Okay, I can see that now. I can see that now. Let's go back into... So that there is the front, that is the rear. And that's the reason why I actually kept my drawing pad, just to make life easier. Let's go into 100%. Oh, there's a little piece there that I'm not sure what that is, but yeah, I'm sure we'll find out eventually. So let's go to the front that I was looking at. I don't really know which one to go with yet. I don't like how that one's got so much glow in it. I don't like that, so I'm not going to use that one. And I don't like that one either. Let's go with that one. I have to square this one up, obviously. Oh God. That is shocking. That really is shocking. Okay. I think we better find a duplicate image too. View, zoom 50%. I can't remember all the shortcut keys to Gimp, so sorry about that. Another thing I have been asked is, why am I using Gimp? It's a free program and I don't have to pay a monthly fee. Nice and simple. It does pretty much everything. You need to put in a little bit more hard work, but it's still pretty good. Going to go into finding out how, where and how I'm going to square this up is a major issue. Major issue. So we're going to come down here, duplicate this layer, turn it on. I'm going to select everything, delete it all. And I'm also going to rename it. So edit layer attributes. I'm going to call it, let's say front. Maybe we could dupe it and maybe call it front and rear. Nah, let's make it separate. Now I'm pretty sure that's the front. Yes, it's the front. Yep. Okay, and we'll shift that up to the top if it allows us. No, it doesn't. Got some keys down the bottom. You can manually shift them around. Okay, let's go to that image that's selected. Let's copy the area that I want. Edit and copy. Going to go into that front layer I just made. Going to edit and paste it. I turn this one off just so I know what's going on. Try not to confuse yourself as well. That's probably the easiest way. I'm going to go view, zoom 100. See, I don't like the image difference here as well. That's yuck. Poo yuck. Let's try and, I don't know if I want to rotate it or not to try and get it squarer quicker. Yeah, we'll do it. Now which way are we rotating? Try that. Check with the square. No, don't do that, mate. Come on. What are you doing? Come on. Okay, we'll go again with the square. As you can see, she's still not square. I'll pick the part there. View, zoom, we'll go 200. Still a big problem. Control Z to anchor. We're going to rotate it clockwise. Rotate. I'm going to anchor it. I check the square. And it's still not square. Is there any other square points I can go off? Yeah, see, that's good there, but it's not good up here. Okay, let's check. So this side here, if you can see my mouse, yep. I'm going to drag this edge down. Drag that down so that this bar up here is square in line. Come down to the bottom here. And that's reasonably square. We can live with that. But I want to make that a little bit better. So we'll go Control Z until I've got that selected. There we go. And I'm going to use the perspective tool. Well, that's a first. Anyone got a connection inside Linden Lab? Not me, I can tell you that. Okay. So okay. So when it comes to I try my best to help out with a lot of the railway things in Second Life. A lot of the things around Second Life I help out with. I do have the ability to do some little bits and pieces, but I don't have the ability to buy and sell land on behalf of other people. I can't do that. I can, how do you say? I can get a railway connection from your main line to your property, but that's all I can do at the moment. I can help you out with creating events and things like that. I can help you out with group notices if you want everybody in the major group to know what's going on. I can help you out with that, which is the Virtual Railway Consortium. But I can't do Linden Labs works. Just going to have a quick look at old matey's thing here. So I'll be right back. It won't take me long. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's something I do look after. It's little bits and pieces around the railway, helping people out. So, yeah. A lot of people have issues with land connections. How do you say? Connecting parcels to the main line, things like that. Let's anchor that for now. That's square. That's good. I like that. That's square-ish. That's not square. It's one of them funky situations. Okay, let's just see what we get up to. Control Z, select the whole lot. Let's scale this out. Oh god, sideways doesn't really work that well either. Oh, that's terrible. Well, actually that side works, but this side doesn't. Okay, let's try and line that up with where I think it's going to be. And then we'll perspective it. Here's a perspective tool right here. It doesn't really make a great deal of sense. I'll try and drag this out. We have to test the looks better. Okay. Let's check the square again. It's really looking like a big pile of dog poo at the moment, but I think we've got a bit of work to go with here. It's a bit of wow factor, I think. Okay, let's go and Control Z. I'm gonna grab it, scale it more. Okay, let's unlock that. Drag that up. Looks kind of right. And we'll drag that down so that, man, that looks like poo. But at least all we're doing is just lining it up right now. Okay, let's go to turn it down just a little bit so I can see what we're doing. That looks half decent down there. Let's go to scale again one more time. I want to drag this whole section up. Long way up. Scale it. Okay, a little bit too far. I just want the lights to be on this line here. So that should give me a half decent lineup. Okay, I like this side. I like there. I don't like here. That's got to go further out. Might even do the same to this side. Scale, yeah. It's all up and over this edge now. Everything looks pretty good. Gonna have to get rid of that rail, obviously. That's not too bad, but not too bad. Let's turn the transparency or the opacity back up. Then we'll go to anchor. We'll now go to Find a way of changing this around. I don't need the top part because that's going to be actually a part of the model that we're not actually going to texture properly anyway, so okay, I'll put that there. Select it, go select, invert, and now we'll go delete. And that should get rid of what the hell's going on here? Control Z. Come on, what's going on here? Bring the opacity back up. Select, invert, delete. No, mate. Select, invert, delete. There we go. Amazing. Okay. View, zoom, 100. Now, we've got a problem here straight away. It's, how do you say, with this model, it's not 100% perfect. It's this logo here is not actually on the front, but it is on the rear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and go edit, paste, and hopefully drag that over here if it allows me. Nothing's happening. Edit, paste. Where is it? So something's going on. What's going on? I don't know. I might just go there. We'll go copy. Just do it like this. Might be the easiest way. Select it. Copy. Edit. Paste. Drag it across. And I haven't scaled it properly. How wonderful. Okay, we'll drag that across. And we'll scale it. Everything's looking pretty good there. So, as you can see, I have got it risen up just a little bit there, but it should be alright. Should be alright. Anchor that. Now, here's the scary part. Let's go see if it lines up. There it is right there. I'm not expecting this to line up at all. I'm expecting to have to do a lot of work to this. Okay, let's go File, Export As. Actually, I can't even remember where I exported it to. Cab body texture, PNG. That's the one. Export, replace, export. Did it work? Yes, no, yes, no. Oh, it's exporting now. Okay. Let's get into Blender. And we'll go to our image up the top here. Nope, don't grab that one, grab the bottom one. There you go. Image. And we're going to reload the image. Okay. And it looks like we've got some major issues. It worked on the back, but not on the front. Oh, what? That looks as if it's actually lined up. No. Oh, that's so close. That is so close. Well, looks like I won't be winning the lottery this week. Have a go. That's perfect, that side. That's perfect. I'm excited. Oh man, that's pretty good. I reckon we could probably get away with a perspective tool here to drag it down, both sides down. I reckon you'd have that. Now we need to be able to see the front, but we've got a problem with our lights. So let's go into, is it object mode? Yeah, object mode. We'll grab that one. We'll duplicate it. Shift D. Bring that down here to the front. We'll grab that on the y-axis. Now we should be able to see the front. Here we go. Ooh. Wow, not really super happy with that image, but you know, our perspective is a little bit out. Actually, that whole front section could come down, but more perspective down on the left hand side, which is just like the issue that we've got on the back. We need more lights up the back too. So let's go Shift D, and we'll grab that on the y-axis to bring the light up the back as well. And we'll grab it on the X to bring it into the center. Gives us a much better light, and then we can see what we can do. Okay. That looks as if it needs to go down all over now that we've got a light on it. Yeah, it does too. If anything, I reckon it could have a perspective drop right at the base. And drop all over on this side here. Yeah. I reckon we'll cut both of them fronts off, drop them both. Not by much. Drop them both a smidgen. but drop the front down further. I reckon that should give us a good lineup. That should be super nice then. When it comes to the pinstripe along the other window, I don't think that actually happens. Look around the doors here, I don't think the pinstripe goes through there. Alright, let's go back into Gimp. We'll pick our fronts, which is that one. We'll go to selection. We'll go edit, cut, edit, paste, and then we'll drop it. Okay, that should do the job. That should do the job. And we'll anchor that. Bring back our background. File, export to the same image. Slowly, slowly, slowly. You can't see the exporting down the bottom of the screen, can you? That's because Gimp says no. Okay, that should be better. No. Okay. Might be because I'm zoomed all the way in. That's probably why you can't see it. So let's go back to Blender. Let's go back to image, reload image. You can see that it just shifted everything down. Man, that front right hand side is quite nice. Wait, what are you doing? Down. Yep, I'm liking every single thing about that except for right there. So we'll pull out the perspective tool on that. We'll go into object mode, zoom down. You can see how it just doesn't match up 100%. So we'll just grab that one piece here and we'll just drag it down a little bit, and I reckon we'll be right. Okay, cut, paste, transform. Do you want to transform? Yeah, we want to transform it. Yep. Okay, we want to select that layer. Always remember, select the layer. Tell yourself over and over and over and over and over again. We'll go to that. Cut, edit, paste. Now we go to perspective. I'm going to drag that top end down as well. Try and keep it square, up and down. Transform, that should have done it. File, export to the same image name that we're talking about. It's currently exporting. I've got a green bar at the bottom of the screen that's going across. Halfway. Okay, let's go back to Blender. So we're going to watch this part of the model change right here. That's the only thing I've changed. Image. Reload image. Not too bad. Not too bad. It needs a bit of a clean up. But it's getting there. Obviously we're just using this as a lineup. You can tell how the orange here is a different colour to the orange here. You can see my mouse there. Two different colours. So I will be probably taking a little bit of time during the week to actually get through it, match all these colours up. You can see how there's more shine on the front here than what there is on the sides. So there's going to be a lot of airbrushing that I'm going to have to do on this model. I don't think I don't think I need to put you guys through that. You guys know how to do everything like that. So also got to delete all these bars off the fronts and rears because we will be adding them as a 3D model later on. Now let's go and have a look at these vents. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. You can see how we've got a bit of a colour issue here with the sides. So let's go and grab a face. Go into edit mode. A to deselect. We're in face mode, yes. So this is what I'm talking about. This face here and this face here, completely different. So what we really want to do is actually make that look a little bit more similar to that. Bring that down, clean it up, but also put the vents in. Put the vents in, make everything look a little bit cleaner, and I think everything will be pretty nice. And obviously we've got 2 more vents over here as well. So let's go and find out, for starters, where I've put these images, or where I've put these panels anyway. We'll start with the left, then we'll go to the right. So let's go here. And we can see this image up here. I'll look over at my thing there. Yep, okay, let's go. I know it's going down. Go back into Gimp. We are going to go into View, Zoom 50, so we can get our bearings, we can understand what's going on. Anchor that down for now. I like how that actually lined up. I thought that was going to be really super painful, but I'm really super happy now. We need to find that box up there. So let's go to our backgrounds. Turn the background off. There's the box right there. Now we're starting with the left. The left hand side's the top one. We're going to copy and paste from God knows where. Oh, here we go, right here. Nope, this one. Okay. We're going to go zoom, view, zoom. I reckon 200 should do the job on that. Bring that across. I'll tell you what, the old computer's a bit slow today. It hasn't even worked very hard. Let's copy that part there. And make sure you got the area that you want selected as well. Edit, copy. Let's go top of the cab. No, I don't want. I'm just trying to find a layer that we can use for now. Zoom 50. Let's use the vent one. Yeah. Edit layer attributes. Vents. Let's just call it vents. That'll include every single vent then. It'll make life very nice and simple. And we'll go paste. I don't even know where I copied that from now. And did I actually put it into the vents? I don't know. We zoom 200, I reckon. Yeah. Now it doesn't matter if it overlaps a little bit. Doesn't matter. We go to there. Bring that down a bit. Bring that across and scale it. That's good. We're to find the next one of that as well. So back to Blender. Right next door to it. Yep, that's what I thought. Back into Gimp. We'll go bang, anchor that, edit, paste. I could have grabbed the other one, but I mean, doesn't really matter. And we'll scale that down the bottom only. Scale. Okay. Let's go to file. No. Lost it. So far ahead of myself, I've lost myself. 1, 2 for the sides. That means these two, these three, are these ones. Let's go back to Blender and find out which one's which. Okay, I want to find out about this one, which is here. One, two, three. That one there. 1, 2, and 3. Yep, correct. All right, we'll go edit and paste. No. There you go. Edit, paste. Come on. Come on, mate. Get your crap together. There we go. View. Zoom 200. Ooh, bit of size problem. Ooh. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now, the other side of the model has got two vents, I think, that are the same, aren't they? Yeah, these side don't stick out, but these ones do. Let's go back into that model. So that's 1, 2, 3 on one side that look the same. And then 2 on the other, 1 on the other side that looks the same. No, 2. Two at the rear, two at the front. Two at the front. It's the two at the front that look the same. So where are they located? 1, 2. Okay, very good. Back into Gimp. And they are right there. I have to move my little tool. There it is there. Go here, anchor the previous, edit and paste that. Bring it across. Oh, that's pretty close, actually. Edit and paste again, because they both looked exactly the same, these textures. Obviously I've got a scaling issue here. And scale. And anchor. Very good. And I've chosen the correct layer to put them on too. Even better. So we have view, zoom. What do we got? What do you reckon? 50%. I reckon. Put that back to there. File. Export to that PNG texture. So this PNG texture that I keep exporting to, eventually I will flatten the image. So that means I'm going to bring, let's go over to Blender so you can see what I'm doing. Oops. Object mode. Okay. So eventually I keep rendering out to a PNG image that I've labeled as being the upper cab, blah 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 blah. At the moment, all the layers, they're all the way down, and all the transparencies are there as well. So I'm exporting multiple different layers as one, and palming them off. Before I bring it into Second Life, I need to actually get there and bring this layer and merge it onto the other. So it's actually part of that layer. And then I'm going to merge that into the next. Merge. And then I'm going to remove the transparency altogether. That way I get a much better image and I get a better quality, how do you say, texture for Second Life that won't disappear behind other transparent images. So if I've got a transparent image and I've got a transparent image and I slide them, there tends to be a little bit of a problem in Second Life where one ghosts out the other. But it's not like this one ghosts out this image. It's actually the reverse that ghosts out the front. And it just looks odd. And you'll actually see this issue. I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a very good example. Control. Oop. Let's go into. Been a long day. Been a long day. I'm just lucky I didn't show you everything before and realise that I didn't have the right screen up. Alright, so let's go to Control. We're in Tulip Tree. Let's go down to the station. And I'm flying through the air because I forgot to select 0 being in the ground. You idiot. Boom. There we go. We're on the ground. Now we're in We're in night time at the moment, so I don't know if this is going to work or not. I'm trying to remember the model that I made. T356. There we go. That's the one I'm thinking of. You can see where I'm standing. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to so when I'm talking about textures, one being over the top of the other, you can see when I come back into the game, you're going to notice that the texture behind the transparent texture becomes the dominant texture. Okay, so this let's see if I can move half of it. Let's put it on the grass. See how it's changed now? Come on, edit it, mate. Come on, what are you doing? You can see now how you can see the bogies on there. But if I go edit, put that back on the rails, it's disappeared. That's because the transparent texture of the railway, when they built it, they left the transparency texture in there so that you can see the grass. So they've taken the cobblestone, put a texture there. I'll actually highlight this. Go edit. There you go. So we've got the owner. There you go. Michael Linden owns that one. No longer with the labs, obviously. Eric Linden made the texture for this part here. So it's cobblestone with a transparent layer so that you can see the grass underneath it. But if I make a transparent texture and put it on top of the transparent texture, the bottom texture becomes the most dominant, and it gives you that weird, it kind of disappears, comes back, disappears. It doesn't make any sense. But you can see there, now that the transparent layer from the bottom's not there, now it is. Okay. So, why does it work that way? I don't know. I've got nothing. I've really got nothing for you. However, when I do take the transparency away from a solid object, I don't have that problem. You can also go into go back into okay, let's say I go into here and I go edit. There's actually a transparent cube on the front. What I'm going to go to is texture. Is it materials? No, alpha mode. There it is. Select face. And you can usually select your alpha mode and press none. Obviously I want the alpha to be there, so what we're gonna do later on is what we're going to do is we're going to actually bring all these layers, as you'll see it on the right hand side of Gimp. When I go back into Gimp, you'll actually notice that there's layer, 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 layer. I'm going to save everything as a .xcf, which is a Gimp file, but I'm going to make a PNG image as well, and I'm going to bring them all down and merge them together and then remove that transparency layer so we don't have them issues. If I took down another mesh model right now, put it on the railway in the exact same spot, we wouldn't have that problem because I've taken away that transparency. You'll notice here, these rails here, they don't have transparency. And I've done it. I've done it again. I've done it again. So you'll notice. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. You'll notice that these rails here, they don't have the transparency. Sorry, the gravel. The gravel. So anyway, let's go back into there. Now we've just done that. I think I've already sent everything through to my image file. I'm going to go back into Blender and I'm going to go image, reload image. The shortcut key is Alt R, but I shan't be using Alt R because I don't really want to use too many shortcut keys in Blender to confuse everybody. And that is actually looking pretty good. Oh, put the mouse into there. I like the image on this side here on the left hand side. That actually looks pretty good. Oh, into perspective mode. That looks real right there. That looks real. I like that. That there, we're having problems. I don't like that. I guess I could probably manipulate that colour to match on the sides, but yeah, at the moment, Come up the front here. That looks pretty good too. That looks good. Yeah, gotta have your mouse on the image to actually use your number keypad to move around as well. Oh man, that looks amazing. That looks amazing. I reckon we might do these windows here, or the vents, sorry. Bring them across onto here. We'll edit that piece out by copy and pasting images into that area. Man, that looks pretty good. Hope it doesn't look too realistic. It might freak people out. This is the exact same way that people make 3D models for all your other virtual worlds, including Gary's mod. Gary's mod's the exact same stuff as this. Go into any form of CGI kind of rendering stuff, and they use the exact same stuff. Obviously, these are all free open source programs that I'm using right now, So they'll be using a lot better quality stuff. Probably be a lot easier too, but we're using free stuff that we can use at home. We don't need a license. We don't have to pay monthly fees. We're laughing. Now, we had the problem there on the left-hand side. I think what I'll do, copy them vents across, view zoom 200. Gotta find the, is it rear left-hand side? Rear left-hand side, yep. Highlight it. Select an area to copy. Looks good. Edit, copy. Go into our vent map. And there's our areas right there. Paste. Where did it go? Nobody knows. Even I don't know. Where'd it go? Control Z. Okay. Vents. Paste. I don't know what happened there. Control Z. Left hand side. Bang. Edit. Copy. Back into vents. Edit and paste. Where are you? What is going on? Uh-huh. Silly, silly, silly. Control Z. Let's go to, instead of the left-hand side, let's go to the right-hand side. Edit, copy, vents. Edit and paste. And now that we're on the right image, it should copy across. Funny that. 200. Okay, now obviously our vent is too large. Scale it down a bit, and then we'll bring it back into there. Scale. Edit, copy. We'll anchor that one. Edit, paste. I'm gonna do a bit of playing around with this one too. Scale. And I think that's all of our vents done. View, zoom, 50. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. Now, what I'm going to do, I've just seen something I can quickly... chuck in there, just for a laugh. I'm going to find out where old matey is in the cab. Nope, not that one. Probably this one. Yep. Select him. View, zoom, 200. Go to there. And I want to copy a fair chunk of that image. Like that. Edit, copy. Now, where am I going to put it? Probably right there, I'd imagine. Paste. Hopefully that's because it's going to work and I got all my layers correct again. Yep, we're good. This might save a little bit of time. Fingers crossed. I'll even drag that out a little bit. There we go. Scale. If it works, it'll be a miracle. Edit, copy, and anchor that, and we'll go up to the top, and we'll chuck the other one in there. Edit, paste. Okay. We'll bring back our background. Go check out our vent now that we've done that. View, zoom 50, or shift 2 if you want to. If you need a how do you say, shortcut key. View. Actually, we've got to go and have a look at there. We're going to copy and paste something as well. Yeah, let's do that quickly before we go into it again. And up right there. Got to find the top one, top left, top, that one. Yep. And yeah, I'm going to copy here. You never know. People might see it, people might not see it. You never know. Edit, copy. I'm going to go on to sides like that. Edit, paste. I'm going to resize it. I reckon people won't notice that. View, zoom 50, file, export to the image that we've been exporting to. Green bar's just finished. Back into Blender. Hopefully now we should have 2 new vents come up, and this area here should be cleaned up as well. And also I've put in a little bit of texture here to make this look a little bit more realistic. Okay, so 1, 2, clean up, and these faces. Image, reload image. And there we go. Okay, that needs a bit of work actually. The texture is not 100% perfect, it needs darkening up. I need to take that image further as well. Got our 2 vents in. You can see there the vents continued on. I can live with that one. This side here just looks fantastic. I like that. And there's your other part there that I've added as well. So that needs darkening up big time. And that's because I've basically grabbed that section there, brought it over. You can actually see how the texture kind of flows through there. I think because I've upscaled it, that's the reason why it's gotten a bit lighter as well. Oops. That looks a bit odd that way, doesn't it? Okay. Let's get a little bit more realistic on that side of the vent there. Push that in. I reckon we'll be able to do that with the same texture. Maybe not. God. When I start doubting myself and I start looking at it more was a bit more look into it, I always start doubting myself. Gonna have to clean that image up around here too. Yeah, let's do that. That's rear left hand side. We'll clean up around them vents. Maybe add a little bit more warmth maybe to that bit of texture. Yeah, definitely. You know that rear is the rear colour's starting to grow on me now too. I don't know why, it just is. I don't like the top of the roof, that just looks like garbage, but anyway. Let's go back into Gimp. We're going to pull up, part did I pull up there? Okay, yeah. View, zoom, 200, go up to where we were. I'm going to scale this further out. Scale. That should look half decent now, and we had a problem here. We're going to grab, let's anchor that first before we get too carried away. Rear or left hand side. Let's grab this whole piece. Right there, we'll grab the whole thing. Edit, copy. And I think I was just on the sides, wasn't I? Front sides? Yeah. Oops. Paste. Okay. And then we'll scale that out. And we just have to go over the edge there. Scale. I'm not going to really blend anything in just yet. View, zoom, 50. Now them two areas that we just had problems with, you can see it's lighter there than there. And then obviously you go to here, it's darker there than there. That's where our lineup is, there to there. So now I'm going to darken that area up there just a smidgen. But I've got to try and figure out which way I'm going to do it. So what I'm going to do is anchor what we've just done. I'm going to create a new layer too. What are we going to call it? We'll duplicate this one because it's solid. And attributes, let's call it airbrushing maybe? Airbrush fix, I don't know. Yep, that'll do the job. And we'll shift that all the way to the top. Oh, it doesn't want to work. We're going to manually move it. Okay. And then we're going to start selecting the areas that I want to do that to. View, zoom, 200. Come across the top. Actually, I should have picked the colour first. And then give it a really light. I might be able to do it. No, I won't be able to do it from there actually. Color picker. Yep. And then we're going to go to this layer there with a spray brush. Opacity. I don't really want it to be too heavy. Maybe at 10%. Make this size a bit larger. Well, that's darkened her up quite a fair bit. But I also want to try and remove some of these lines in there are a bit crazy. Hey, oh no. Alright, just darken her up a little bit. I just want it to kind of match. Just want it to kind of match that area that I'm blending it into. The reason being, it just looks out of place. The closer I can get it, the happier I'll be. Go up as well into this area. Go again with the airbrush. I guess I'm lucky on this side, I can actually see what I'm doing. Get it a little bit darker in the corners though. Size of the tool, opacity will go up a little bit and bring the size down a bit. It's just going to be hard to get that dark there. I think we'll be airbrushing quite a fair bit. Bring that down too. Okay. Use zoom 50. We fix that up there. Do an airbrush fix, select all. See if we can get that working a bit better. I just really don't like this area up here. It just looks absolutely hideous. Terrible. Okay. Let's go view. 150, we go file. Export. To that. Now obviously I'm going to have to do a lot of work on this to try and push us along a little bit quicker. Export. I'm also going to file, save this. It's best to save it every now and again just because you might, you could have a blackout or something like that and you'll be absolutely kicking yourself for not saving it. Now, go into Blender. I'm going to reload the image. So we'll drag this down. There you go. So you'll see I'm going to make changes to here and here. And I'm also going to make changes there. So you'll see there change, pieces here and a piece here change. There and there, obviously. Image, reload image, bang. Let's go down. The main thing I wanted to have a look at was this part here. And that actually looks pretty good. Oh, I missed a little bit. Okay, fair enough. That's fixed it up a bit. I'm going to need to do a little bit of airbrushing on that. Maybe put a line back in there for the door. Looks a little bit better. I might get in there with a black airbrush. Airbrush that out a little bit. That needs a bit of work there too. Next time around, I am going to, for next time obviously, I'm going to try and airbrush out these rails. Try and get rid of them all together. So you got a rail on the front there, rail over the top there. I'm going to airbrush out these front rails here. These rails as well. Some of these stuff up and around the windows that I don't need. Just do a general cleanup for next time around. And then we'll be closer and closer. For now, we're coming very close now to... I'll go file save here as well. Quickly save there. So we're coming pretty close now to being able to export this into Second Life. I'm gonna fix the roof. I can't handle the look of that roof. It looks ugly. Side textures as well, I'm going to need to fix them up. I'm going to texture where the back of the light should be as well, and the spotlights. Remove all the rails. Clean up the images so that they kind of look semi the same colour, if you get what I'm talking about. There's nothing worse than having like a maroon colour here and then having an orangey brown over here. You bring them together in a seam and it just doesn't look right. I'm going to do all the cab texture obviously and try and get that ready for next time so that we can do a shine map and a bump map. So far everything's looking pretty good, and we'll be explaining how to upload soon. Be pretty good. It is pretty basic. It's there wasn't too many people actually showing you this when I first started using Blender. A lot of it had to teach myself or continually go through YouTube channels to find out how to do things. I'm not by any means I'm no master at this at all. I'm just showing you the basics. And having a bit of a fun time at the same time, showing you how easy it is to actually make something without having to download. That's the big thing. But that's where we're at the moment. So same time again next Monday. Everything's going to plan so far. I don't have any other commitments so far on a Monday. Obviously got to go looking for a job at the moment, but there's not many getting around. So let's keep playing around, having a bit of fun with this build, and we'll see you next time around. So if you've enjoyed the video, leave a like. If I'm going too fast for you, if you have questions, you can leave a comment down below in the video, or feel free to get me in World. I'm always in World, so I'm not always, but I try my best to be. You can see me down in Tulip Tree. You'll always find me down there. So, or just send me a message. I'm not barred from IMs or anything like that. You can, if you want to send me a note card, you can do that too. So, anyways, have fun, and I'll see you next time around.